Oregon Supreme Court decided that voters' intent, their understanding of the text, matters. And with Measure 113, voters likely expected immediate consequences.
The Republican-led walkouts in the summer of 2023 stalled work in the Oregon Senate. Without the Republicans, the minority party, the Senate couldn't reach a two-thirds quorum. Voters had passed Measure 113 to stop walkouts, setting consequences for 10 or more unexcused absences. The Oregon Supreme Court ruled Thursday that those consequences should be immediate, applying to the lawmaker's next term of office.
We knew the day we walked out that the possibility is that we would pay a pretty high price for it, and we knew it would go past 10 days. And our members, I think, believe that it was worth it.
In total, 9 Republicans and 1 independent racked up more than 10 absences during the walkouts. 4 of them, including Senate Minority Leader Tim Knopp, now won't be able to run for re-election later this year. 2 others have plans to retire, and the remaining 4 will be barred from re-election to the Senate in 2026. Knopp says he's disappointed with the court's ruling, but he believes Republicans won by using a walkout to get Democrats to negotiate.
And so we think that was a victory on principle, and I think most of our members, if you talk to them, would say they would do it again. I think they probably all would, quite frankly.
The legal challenge to Measure 113 rested on grammar, whether violating lawmakers should be punished on their next term or the term after that. The Oregon Supreme Court decided that context matters, writing, "We do not review the text in a void. We instead seek to understand how voters would have understood the text in the light of the other materials that accompanied it." Lewis and Clark law professor Tung Yen said the decision adds more legal weight to items like the voter's pamphlet and ballot title, not just the literal text of the measure.
The idea that you might look outside the actual language it's not controversial. I mean, some justices support that.
Knopp says he doesn't plan to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, and Yen said any challenge now feels like a tall task. This sets the standard that Measure 113 applies to a lawmaker's next term of office.
Clearly, they would be on notice. That's it. That was your one free get-out-of-jail card. You can't do this again. And any new legislators also are on notice that once you're elected, you can't do this because the law will take effect.
However, Knopp says walkouts are still possible, and the court's decision doesn't take that political tool away.
The public does want some check and balance as it relates to a party's ability to just do whatever they want. If something comes up in the future, I think there's a strong possibility that it could happen again.
The 2024 short session starts on Monday. The Secretary of State said the court's ruling upholds the intent of the voters, and she's grateful for the clarity. Republicans will now be forced to replace most of their Senate members over the next 3 years. David?